All right. Hello, everybody. Let's get started. I'm gonna go to get started with these picks. These picks for week 5. When I get to the Cowboys pick, when I get to their game for Sunday night, that's when I'm gonna talk about the Cowboys with my little cowboy chat. I mean, if I don't come on here Tuesday, yeah, if I don't come in Tuesday after the Monday night game, it don't make no sense to talk about them, right now. So I'm gonna talk about them when I get to them. So I'm gonna go into the picks. Um, First of all, last week I was 8-7 last week. Now that don't sound pretty good, but I'm gonna go over the analogy of these picks. I'm gonna go in depth with these picks because okay, I had no business picking Buffalo over Green Bay and Lambeau Field. That was not a good pick, and I had no business, even though the Giants were at home, I had no business picking them over the New Orleans Saints. Um, my only other bad pick was I picked Tampa over Chicago, thinking that their defense can give the quarterback some problems, and their offense can, you know, score enough points to win the game. That turned out to be a bad pick, but that's okay. I like that pick. I just had no business picking Green Bay to lose at home against Buffalo, and I had no business picking Giants on over New Orleans, even though they were at home. So the rest of my picks were, they could have all these games could have went. A lot of these games could have went either way. So even though I was 8-7, I feel good about my picks. Like I called the Rams, I called the Jaguars, I called the Patriots. I even picked Tennessee over Philly in Philly. That was an overtime game, I think. Or was it the last second game? No, it was an overtime game. Just like Texans in Indianapolis. I called that one. See, I made some good calls. And those went the correct way. But then you come back here and I'm crazy. I didn't pick my boys last week. I was kind of into my feelings about what's going on offensively. So I didn't pick my boys. So that's one. Bengals over Falcons. I picked Falcons. Bengals won by 1 point. And what did I say? I thought AJ Green was gonna be out. If you go back and listen to what I said if AJ Green was playing, I would pick the Bengals. Not, and he ended up playing, and they won. So little picks like that. I picked Cleveland. They lost. They had a chance to win. They lost. So I was 8-7. I picked that Ravens over Steelers. You see what happened there. And then the Monday night game. Broncos had a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. I picked them over the Chiefs. So although I was 8-7, I made some good picks. Some of these games could have went either way. So I could have been I could have won 3 or 4 games last week, or I could have won 12 or 13 or 12, 11 or 12. So last week I was 8-7. So let's go to this week games. First up, let's go. Okay, Thursday night football. Indianapolis at New England. Take New England. Um, Tennessee at Buffalo. Hmm. The conventional pick is Tennessee. The conventional pick is Tennessee. I just got a feeling that Buffalo going to try something at home. Go with Tennessee. Go with Tennessee on the road at Buffalo. All right, Giants at Carolina Panthers. Go Carolina Panthers. Miami at Cincinnati. Both teams are 3-1. Mm, I bet against Cincinnati last week. I'm not gonna do it again this week. Um, Cincinnati at home. Go for Cincinnati. This is a very interesting game right here. Baltimore at Cleveland. Um, Baltimore just have too much. They just have too much for Cleveland. Okay, so go with Baltimore on the road at Cleveland. Um, Green Bay at Detroit. Take Green Bay on the road. I won't be surprised if Detroit do something and win, but take Detroit, Green Bay on the road. Um, Jacksonville, Kansas City. I'm surprised they didn't flex this game. Well, they're not gonna flex it till Sunday night because the Cowboys get great ratings in prime time. But I'm surprised they didn't flex this to the 4 o'clock hour. Jacksonville at Kansas City, 3-1 against 4-0. Um, Give me Kansas City at home. Kansas City is something like Seattle. They got a good home field advantage. Give me Kansas City over Jacksonville. Um, Denver at the Jets. This can be a trap game for the Denver Broncos. They're a better team than the Jets. They should beat the Jets. So take care of business on the road, Denver. I'm going with Denver over the Jets. Now this is a interesting game right here. Interesting. Atlanta Falcons at Pittsburgh. Either team can't play no defense. Either team cannot play no defense. Falcons been in a couple of close games at home against the Saints. I picked them against the Saints at home. They couldn't pull it out. I picked them against the Bengals at home. Couldn't pull it out. Um, whew, man, this is in Pittsburgh. They can't play no defense either. Uh, I think Ben Roethlisberger, Big Ben, he's gonna bounce back after that poor showing in the second half on Sunday night. I picked Atlanta to go to the Super Bowl. I know that sounds crazy with this cowboy gear on, and I can't see them going 1-4. Pittsburgh is a mess. Mm, Make a decision. Make a decision. Home team. Go with this. I'm gonna go with the Steelers. All right. Moving on. Moving on. Raiders at the Chargers. Make some quick picks to catch back up. Raiders at the Chargers. Go with the Chargers. This is an interesting game right here. Minnesota 1-2-1 against Philly 2-2. If the Minnesota team that battled the Rams last Thursday show up, I would go with them. Um, if it's a close game and Minnesota need a drive for a go ahead touchdown or go ahead field goal, I just I'm not a I'm not a Kirk Cousins guy. Uh, if a Kirk Cousins team, especially when he was a Redskin, playing against the Cowboys, if Dallas was up by 4 more points and they needed to drive the length of the field to get a touchdown with Kirk Cousins, I'm not even fearing him. But if they can jump on him and pull him away, and it don't be that type of game, then it'd be Minnesota. If it's close, then it'd be Philly. Give me Philly at home. Philly at home. Minnesota defense, I haven't been looking too good either. So give me Philly at home. When I run through my picks and sum it all up, I may change it. Right now, I'm going with Philly. Arizona and San Francisco. Arizona jumped out on the Chargers last week without Jimmy G, and they are at home, but that was like that was like a fluke. Uh, Bethard gonna cool off, and Arizona on the road gonna get their first win of the year at San Francisco. Give me Arizona over San Francisco. Los Angeles Rams at Seattle. You know, I always say Seattle got a hell of a home field advantage. Um, they may play the Rams tight, but the Rams just have too much. It's just too much Rams. Give me the Rams. Okay, I'm gonna skip Dallas and Houston Sunday night and go to the Monday Night Football. Washington at New Orleans. Hmm. Washington coming off a bye. Adrian Peterson gonna be motivated because he don't like New Orleans because he felt like they signed him and didn't use him, kicked him to the curb. Uh, New Orleans defense is not playing good. New Orleans online defense is not playing good. I can pick the Reds. I just think if we get into a shootout, New Orleans at home, that's easy. I didn't even have to spend that much time with it. New Orleans at home over Redskin on Monday Night Football. The Sunday night game, Dallas at Houston. The battle for Texas. Well, Dallas is 2-2. All right. So a quick summary on them. They are where they need to be. Since they couldn't do better, 4-0 and 3-1, they 500. They got a shot. You know, 1-3 or 0-4 at the quarter pole, the quarter way of the season. You setting yourself up. So they 2-2. All right. Dallas defense on defense. Dallas have a good defense. Okay. Now, these other teams are gonna score some points. All right. I mean, we ain't talking about 85 Bears but they good. They just need to keep a good rotation with that interior line. Hopefully, we can get Malik Collins back and avoid major injuries on the interior of the line. And we need somebody else on that right side to start coming through because D Law, he's getting in gear, but we need something on that other side. Hello, Taco. We need something on that other side. Secondary, I think the secondary is pretty good. Awuzie is playing good. He's playing good ball. He is playing good ball. They went after him last week. Um, Matthew Stafford is that type of guy, that type of quarterback that throw his people open. I mean, when he get thrown that ball, he can put that ball on you. I mean, Awuzie on all the completions that I seen, he was right there. He was like on the man. It's just that the ball coming from Matt Stafford was just put in an incredible place. It was just put right on him. Awuzie is right there. You know what I'm saying? Like they was picking on the other side too much. But he's right there. He's a good corner. Overall, the defense is good. And I feel comfortable with them making the adjustments that they need to make with all these blown. They continue to have blown assignments in the secondary. So they need to work on that. But the defensive coaches, they had the right people that's going to set them straight. So I'm good with the defense. I feel good about our defense. Offense, I'm every week. I'm just tired of the coaches, the OC and the head coach being a story. The players is supposed to be the story, not the coaches. Not the coaches messing stuff up. All right. I'm tired of them being the story. Stop coaching Dak Prescott down and let him play. I'm not talking about the yardage that he got last week. I'm just talking about the overall feel. The way he played last week kind of remind me of a performance, some performances that he had in the 2016 season, and even during the 3-game stretch last season when they beat the Chiefs and a couple of other teams. That Dak Prescott that played last week, that's the feel I had for him when the way how he played. I mean, everybody talk about come on, all quarterbacks miss throws. Y'all come out of la la land talking about missing wide open people missing throws. Come on, if Case Keenum didn't miss a throw on Monday Night Football with Darius Thomas going down the sideline, Denver would have won the game. Come on. So you saying all the quarterbacks in NFL are 27 for 30, 28 for 30, 26 for 30? No. Everybody missed throws. So what are you talking about? Of course he's gonna miss some throws, but don't have no unrealistic expectations. All right. Everybody missed throws. I'm just talking about the overall feel, how he played last week. It took me back to 2016 and some of the games that he played in 2017. He need to stay that person. He need to be that person. The coaches, offensive coaches, head coaches, they need to stop finding a way to mess things up and let it flow. Because you're not going to tell me that this guy, as a rookie, been throwing that ball all down the field, all over the field, rookie of the year, 4 interceptions, I think 23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, throwing that ball all over the field. Then for the last 2 years, he just constrained to the pocket. Quit messing stuff up, Garrett and Linehan. Stop messing it up. See, you let him play. Do not take no parts of the field off. Don't make no parts of the field off limits to this guy. Because if you watch the Cowboys play, they don't throw that ball in the middle, deep middle, deep middle. It's always like little safe stuff on the outside. So when the defender man up on them and run them to the boundary out of bounds, you ain't got no targets to throw to. Short middle stuff is all they do. Man, throw that ball deep down the middle. Sling that ball all over you. Come on. Y'all can see it. Come on, family. Y'all can see it. You see Mitchell Trubisky, Chicago, Mahomes, and all. You're not going to tell me that them guys going to just come in this NFL. All these quarterbacks, some of them a year behind that. Okay, golf. They not constrained. Long term will tell if they a better quarterback than Dak, but they're not constrained. They got the green light. Dak don't. Dak don't have the green light. I don't know why. Stop being safe and conservative and stuff. Coaching this man down and let him play. But the most glaring thing with the Cowboys last week, the most glaring difference, and I don't know if it was home field juice or it's just that time that they had to jail. But the offensive line played out of their minds last week. And y'all know offensive line, they done put it on tape now. They done put it on tape. You can't play worse. You got to equal that performance or play better. Okay? You got to equal that performance or play better. Because you don't put a good game on film. So that was the most glaring difference to me last week. And they playing better just in time. Just in time. Because you got JJ Watts, he getting his groove back. Then you got Clowney, he getting his groove. So they playing better just in time. Just in time. They're gonna need to play better. So Sunday night, Dallas at Houston. We're not gonna be blowing them assignments because Linehan and Coach Richard, gonna get on these guys and make sure they're not blowing these assignments downfield. Because that man, Watson, he gonna be airing that ball all over the field. So keep that, and then that pass rush, you got to rush him like you rush Russell Wilson and Cam Newton. You got to rush discipline. You can't dive in. The ends can't dive in. Once again, you got that type of quarterback. On the zone read, the run the run pad, the quarterback dive little plays they be doing. You can't go diving in and the quarterback torch you on the outside. You got the defense got to play discipline. I think that they will. Um, Hopefully this time next week we're not talking about what a lousy game plan that the coaches call. Give me the Cowboys. Sunday night in the battle of Texas. I'm not betting against the Cowboys. Um, no more. If they continue to get better, you can't bet against them. Not until they get to like a team like the Rams, then I'll bet against them. But we don't have Rams on our schedule. So give me the Cowboys over Houston. The Battle of Texas. Sunday night football. So let's do this again. So Patriots over in Indianapolis. Tennessee over Buffalo. Carolina over the Giants. Cincinnati over Miami. Baltimore over Cleveland. Green Bay over Detroit. Great game. Kansas City over Jacksonville. Denver over the Jets. Did I pick Pittsburgh or did I pick Atlanta? Give me a Pittsburgh is a mess. I picked Atlanta to go to the Super Bowl. So they can't go 1-4. And don't get me wrong, that's just who I picked to go to the Super Bowl. I'm not a fan. I'm not rooting for them. And I don't care if I'm wrong if they don't go to the Super Bowl, especially if Dallas make the playoffs. So give me Atlanta gonna beat Pittsburgh at home. Pittsburgh is a mess. Um, Chargers over Raiders. Mm, did I change my mind on this game too? No, I'm gonna stay with Philly. Philly gonna beat Minnesota at home. Arizona gonna get their first win on the road at San Francisco. Rams over Seattle. Dallas over Houston. And Monday Night Football, give me the New Orleans Saints. All right. If you come along later on and watch this show, thank you. God bless. Until next time.